So I want to take you on an interesting ride through the real estate market for the last 15 years. And we're really talking about where are we right now in 2023. There's a lot of confusion in the marketplace because everyone's talking about how bad the market is because of where interest rates are. High interest rates equal conversation in the news about bad, 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 bad. The crazy thing that's going on right now is even though interest rates are high and it's creating frustration for buyers because of the high payments that they now have to make, it's creating frustration for sellers because if they sell their home on a low interest rate and have to move into a high interest rate, that doesn't feel great. But if we look behind all of that, what is the real estate market doing? The real estate market actually as strong as it's ever been in regards to maintaining value. That is remaining strong. Now, the question is what's going to happen in the future? Will the proposed recession that is around the corner crush real estate prices? Anything can happen. There's always something new that happens that creates an event that haven't seen in the past and didn't foresee this time. But some of the real facts you can see on the screen here, I'm going to point out. Where are we right now as it relates to for sales versus sold? You go back to 2008. So I went back to 2008 in this chart. This is when we had the bad real estate market. For those that remember 2008, 2009, prices were dropping. The cause was clear. Look at the amount of homes for sale on the top of the scale here versus what was selling. The amount of homes selling doesn't seem to change. The chart runs flat all the way across the last 15 years. It's dipped over here because we just don't have the inventory. It's the lowest amount of homes selling right now just because there's no inventory out there. We don't have the inventory to sell. That's the problem. So how can you have a market crash? You have to have an abundant amount of inventory for sale. And we just don't have that, and there's no signs of that happening. Let's go to average price per square foot. This really, you can just see what's happened over the last 15 years. It's continuing to rise. Go back 15 years from that, you're going to see the same thing. Go ask your grandfather, what do they tell you? It's impossible for prices to go higher, right? We all say it. We say it right now. What if we bought 15 years ago an extra house or two? How financially stronger would we feel? I have a feeling the next 15 years could be the same. Let's look at the days on market. Days on market average in 2008, 130 days on market, and we're hovering right now at what? Less than 40 days, certainly less than 30 days in some cases. We just don't have the inventory. What is put on the market with a reasonable price is still selling relatively quick in Southern California. Average price for sale sold, that doesn't change much. Sellers are always a little bit unrealistic. Buyers are over here. We see that happen a lot. Yes, we're seeing full price offers. Yes, we're seeing offers that get sold over the asking price. But in all markets, there's some sellers out there that create that gap. That gap still exists in some cases. Months of inventory, another telltale sign of what's going on in this real estate market right now. You have at the bottom of the scale, which was the beginning of last year when right before interest rates went up, we had less than a month of inventory in the market. A normal market across the US is 6 months of inventory on the market. 6 months. We are at maybe 2. I think this just really points out a picture of where the future is going to lie. We're going into an election year. Generally, in an election year, the politicians are trying to make something good happen. So the foreseeable future, I still see a challenge with low inventory. Prices are likely going to remain steady. The only thing is what's lurking around the corner, some global economic issue that can hit upon us that changes inventory. But with no inventory and demand still high, I think we, for the foreseeable future, are going to see steadiness in prices or an increase in prices. So if you're on the fence of buying, there's a really good chance whatever you buy right now is probably going to be more expensive in the future and your interest rate's going to be lower. So you have 2 ways of winning. If you're thinking of selling, like I tell all sellers, I wouldn't worry about timing. Time your life situation. The home's too big, you want to get out of the area, you're tired of California taxes, you got more kids, the kids went off to school, you're an empty nester. Choose timing based on what's important to you and your family and your situation. I wouldn't worry about the market right now because I think it's favoring sellers and could for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching.